Hi, everyone. To confirm authorship and to complete the hospital level survey, you'd need to, when you log into RedCap, you'd need to go to the mini-team registration portal. So when you go to the mini-team registration portal, you go to record status dashboard. Once you do that, two instruments appear. The first is the mini-team application portal, and the next is the mandatory site survey or hospital level survey. So the first is to go to the mini-team portal, check and be sure that the name of your hospital is correct. If it's correct, please leave these fields blank. If there are any changes that need to be made, you can make the changes here and then indicate the city in which your hospital is. You need to indicate which patients you've already captured in AlliGatOr, and under study approvals, please make sure you have chosen the right option. So to be able to have access to a hospital level survey, you need to have ticked this box that says that you have applied for all the necessary approvals and these have been confirmed. The next bit is to upload your approval. This could be an ethical approval, it could be an audit approval, it could be a letter from your department, research department in your hospital, or a letter from the head of department. Whatever is locally acceptable for you to take part in the study, you upload that in this bit. If your approval is not in English, but is in a different language, you need to upload the original approval in what language it is, and then upload the translated version, which should be in English. This translation doesn't need to be an official translation. An AI-assisted translation is sufficient. Check and make sure that the details of the lead yourself or the co-lead where applicable is correct. Make sure the names, the ORCID ID, and then the emails are correct. Once you've checked that these are correct, please take authorship details confirmed. Do the same for the co-lead if you have one. And then when it comes to the mini team members, go to each period. At the end of each period, so at the end of period 1, there is an option to confirm authorship. So make sure that you've confirmed that the details of your collaborators are correct, and then tick that you confirm the authorship. Do this for all the periods, period 1 to 8, or the periods that you've been involved in. And then repeat the same for the sub-study. So if you're part of if you have any teams that have been part of the waste management and sustainability or the finance sub-study, you go down there and you do the same thing. At the end of the sub-study, you tick to confirm authorship. So once you're done with this on the mandatory, the mini-team application portal, you go to the hospital level survey. So I'm going to leave without making changes because I don't want to make any changes here. You go to the hospital level survey. You need to confirm that you have read through all the instructions here. Most important ones are that only hospitals that have included or have collected patient data for AlliGatOr should complete the hospital level survey. And the deadline for this is 31st August. So confirm here that you've actually collected patient data for AlliGatOr. Even if you've not entered them into RedCap yet, but you've collected it, you just tick that yes, you have data for AlliGatOr. And then you complete the survey, which is pretty straightforward. there are some of the fields that are mandatory. You must provide a value for those fields. You need to have answered all those fields to be able to confirm authorship for the hospital level survey. So I'm just going to go through this. So assuming I work in a tertiary hospital, it's a government-owned facility. I'm going to say 400 beds. It says corporate. So I'm just taking random options just so we can have a look at how that looks like at the end. CT scan availability. So these bits about how much patients pay for these diagnostics are optional. If you do have those figures, please, we'll be grateful if you could put that in there. I do appreciate that some people may not have this readily, and it may be impossible to get that figure, but if you can, please do put them in. Access to histopathology, drapes and gowns, features used. Is laparoscopy available at your hospital? So if they say no, it's not available, you take whatever reason why it's not available. Okay. Similar comments about the cost. I appreciate that it might be very difficult for some people. For others, it's very streamlined. You can get that information readily by contacting someone from the admin team or the HR team. If you're able to do that, please, we'll be grateful. If not, you can leave that blank. And waste management, pretty straightforward questions. And then we have how prepared the hospital is, the strengths of the hospital and the strain. So I'm just going to take because these are all mandatory boxes. So please read the question and answer there with the right option there. So once this is all completed, the authorship confirmation comes here. So you need to say whether you are the hospital lead or the co-lead. If you're a consultant lead, it opens up for you. If you're a co-lead, you need to indicate whether you are a consultant level or not. If you are not a consultant level, you need to confirm the information that you put up there with a consultant lead or the consultant lead for your hospital. And then you can put in the information of the hospital lead. You can copy and paste from the previous page and then confirm the details. You do the same for the second collaborator or the co-lead, and then you complete it.